So here we are. Tour of the chicken coop. It's pretty much done. These lovely ladies. Hey, you girls. Oh, eating a cucumber. So we finally got this buttoned up. Here with my lovely assistant, Katie. Beautiful. She's beautiful. If there's anything more beautiful than this chicken coop, it's my wife. And 7 hens. So here we are. It's pretty large. Stands about 6 feet tall in the cage. Had to be tall enough to fit me so I could walk freely in there. And it's about, God, probably 8 or 9 feet tall up there at the peak of the roof. So we're out here in the Willy Wax of Huntington, so I needed a big run. So I wanted to have about 8 to 10 square feet of run so that when we're at work during the day, they can all have enough room to roam. Used hardware cloth to keep the bears out. Built it in the garage and moved it in place before I finished it. Food, water, you know the deal. Got the water propped up on bricks so that I can put the heater underneath it. Hopefully it doesn't burn anything. Set this little unit up. Chicken Guard Extreme. If you've ever had chickens, you know the thing that sucks about them is waking up in the morning, letting them out, and closing up the coop at night. So with this thing, we don't have to worry about it. It has a light sensor, so it runs on a timer, or it can run with the light sensor. So it detects when it's dawn or dusk and opens or closes. And the extreme one hopefully can withstand the cold temperatures. So I've got some windows here, good ventilation in the summertime, and gonna put some, trim them out, probably put some plexiglass on them for the winter time. But it's nice because we can leave for 4 days at a time, basically as long as the water holds out, and chickens are fine. We don't usually get eggs like this, but Katie's being adventurous, it seems. Up top, it's a little hard to see, but these pieces of plywood up at the very top above the red underneath the wood line, there's vents up there. So I've got them I use those pieces of plywood to adjust the amount of airflow getting in. It's easier to see back here. See, I've got a little vent because chickens need fresh air. You can't have too much moisture in the winter or they'll die. So yeah, I use these. I'm gonna pop these off in the spring and let it be open air in the summer with some hardware cloth, and then I guess plop these pieces of plywood back when it starts to get colder and we need a little bit less airflow. Made these 2 doors here to clean out the coop. Apparently it needs to be cleaned. I've got these roosts. If you're in cold climate, it's important to use 2x4s for your roost, not sticks, because if you have a stick, the chickens will wrap their toes around the bottom of it and get frostbite on the tip of their toes. But if you have a 2x4, they sit like this, and then they can kind of fluff their feathers over the tips of their toes and keep their toes warm. You know, a lot of chicken manure in here. I ought to get this cleaned out, but this is about the max you'd want in the winter time because this is what causes all the moisture. So, and I've got it set up too so that, you know, I was important that I could just sweep the thing out. So I'll pull the tractor up and get the tractor bucket right here, and cleans out pretty easy. My last coop had a little lip. It was a pain in the ass to scrape the sawdust out. So I made sure this one was smooth edge. Built it mostly with reclaimed materials. Well, I shouldn't say that, I'm lying. Finished it with reclaimed materials, but 2x4s and the framing and everything is all new. Put some metal around the base here. Figure some snow is going to be building up, and just wanted to make it look tough. Looks cool. I put some hardware cloth out in the ground underneath these rocks, so along the bottom there's hardware cloth. You can kind of see it if you're looking down in there, or you know, right there. So there's hardware cloth around this whole perimeter, buried out to about, you know, probably a foot out all the way around. And hopefully that, along with the rocks, kind of convinces the rodents and whatnot that they don't want to try to burrow underneath this thing. So far it seems to be working. Couple gaps, oh geez, Pete. That's no good. No deaths yet from predators. One chicken died randomly, but who knows how. So there you go. I think that's about it. Best chicken coop I've built yet. Now to make some big money with these eggs. Later.